Poop tube. What's up, pussy hole? We back. We doing another video. You know what time it is. Let's check it out. 1:26 at morning. Not in the morning, at morning, right? In the night. 1:26 in the night. We playing video games. We playing games. We playing them games. We hanging out with QP. Everybody's favorite sex toy. Sex god. It's Christmas. We got Halloween Monkey Mouse, Rich CEO, Halloween Monkey Mouse in the building. He's going pumpkin mode on him. So, we got someone on Twixer, right, on the X, on Twixer, talking some bullshit about top lane fiddlestix, right? Which, think about it, right? It's like, oh, not too many people have been playing fiddlesticks lately, right? From what I've experienced or what I've seen, right? Which, before they updated fiddlesticks, before they deleted fiddlesticks, they deleted the old fucking fiddlesticks. They changed them. Fiddlesticks used to be a popular bot lane character, right? People would be playing fiddlestick support a lot. People would be playing fiddlesticks even top and mid, but don't hear about that too much anymore. Because in reality, there's other cooler characters. But just because something's cool doesn't mean it's the best. It's like how some people, right, and everyone's opinion, right, is different as well, right? Some people thinks if you're out at nighttime, you're a delinquent, right? If you go outside past a certain time, right? If you're outside, out in the open past 8 o'clock, you're homeless. You're a degenerate and you're a homeless person and you deserve to get gassed and die, right? Because you're a degenerate. That's what some people believes or thinks, right? Everyone believes different things. Everyone has different goals, right? So just because something's cool doesn't mean it's the best, right? Just like how some people thinks guns are cool. Some people thinks prostitutes are cool. Some people think drugs are cool, are the best. That's not the truth, right? And so, what are we doing, right? What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna check out Fake League, Fake Legos, Fake Legends, which we already got it open actually. So, unfortunately, I don't have Sylas on this account, and Sylas is not free. However, I'm pretty sure that Fiddlestix is free, so at least we could see Fiddlestix, right? H-I-J-E-F, Fiddlestix. Fiddlestix is free right now. So, we have to buy Sylas. Oh, you know what? Is Fiddlestix cheaper? Ooh, Fiddlestix is cheaper. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to see if I have an account with Sylas on it and Seraphine. Hold on. We got one. We found it. We got Seraphine on this account. It doesn't have Sylas on it. And let's check our inventory. We got Zillion and Talia. Look at the name. Nzatsi Fraud. Because America is a little bitch that only... Look at this. Nzatsi Fraud. Yeah, because in reality, America's a little bitch that is a fraud. And they hide behind robots. And they use robots to kill people. And that's their only skill in America. Alright, so let's go to the store real quick. Let's buy Sylas. Alright, got Sylas. Item unlocked. Very good. That's all we need. So, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the practice tool. And what we're doing is, right, again, we're reviewing whether or not characters are good in this game, right? Because someone, again, they're saying that fiddlestix is good top lane, right? So, can we put random for the opponent? Is that possible? Why does it have an exclamation point? Consider selecting suggested roles for a better game experience. In reality, Hecarim's decent top lane. That's the truth. He can push the lane. He has moves that he can spam. He has healing. So in reality, Hecarim's a decent top laner. He's also good in the jungle. But, let's see. What's a good or normal top laner? Nocturne. I think Nocturne is a good pick for this challenge as well. Because, in reality, people thinks that Nocturne... Okay, here's something we gotta get clear. People thinks Nocturne is a jungler. He's not. He's not Amumu. He's not Shyvana, right? He's not Jarvan. His ganks are trash. You have to have flash on him probably a lot of the times, or you gotta get lucky, right? It's possible. It is possible to play Nocturne in the jungle, but in reality, he's a better top lane, mid lane, or bot lane character because of the spell shield. Spell shield does nothing in the jungle, right? And then the fear, again, you don't want to fear a monster because if anyone shows up, you're gonna die, right? The cooldown is too long for the fear to come back up, right? And then, the amount of space that Nocturne controls compared to a character like Trundle or compared to a character like Jarvan, if you drew a map, right, if you had a picture or a screenshot of the screen in League of Legends, the amount of space that Nocturne can cover or controls is nothing. It's nothing compared to a character like Jarvan or a character like Trundle. If they have all of their cooldowns up, right, you have to get lucky as fuck with Nocturne. And Nocturne's garbage, right? He's not Amumu, right? Amumu can miss. He can miss, and then he could still get another opportunity, right? Or he can even jump to minions instead, which is good enough. Because he has another bandage toss on top of it, a stun, right? To stop the enemy or the other team. So I think Nocturne is actually a really good test for this challenge. Or Fiora, if you morons doesn't agree or doesn't understand why Nocturne is a better lane character, right? Then Fiora is so popular top lane, which funny enough, Fiora's better in the jungle, maybe, right? Just like Kayle. People think Kayle is a laner. She's a jungler. Shut up. Right? Okay, you guys don't know anything. That's just the truth, right? Again, because... Why? Because you guys watch Food Network and you think you're Jesus, right? Which, unfortunately, food is so easy to make, and it tastes fucking good, and people are pigs, they're animals. So in reality, again, making food is not a good comparison to something like League of Legends. There's so many calculations and so many details that you have to do compared to cooking food where you just fucking shove a Twinkie in your mouth and you think you're fucking amazing. It's not the same thing. It is not. So, anyways, Nocturne, and then what we want to do, right, is we want to see, first of all, right, we want to see what a good character can do, right? Do we have Lux on here? We do. We also have Lux, which is nice. So, Darius is a god he's Darius tier, right? Darius is a god tier character. So, we want to see what a character like Darius can do, right? And we want to compare what a character like Darius would do compared to something else, right? So, we got Darius, which I'm pretty sure I actually have video of, or I have replays of me showing how to own with Darius, right? But Darius is a good baseline character for what a character wants to have. Darius isn't perfect, right? He's not perfect, but Darius is a really good example of a god tier character, or what a character wants to be able to do or to accomplish. Alright, and now we got our game starting. Let's see, where is this? Is It's been a while since I put the fake League, fake Legos, fake Legends on here. And look at this idiot. He has Smite. You see that? So let's unmute the game because America's stupid, and then gotta turn our mouse speed up. No. Component purchasing. Alright. I think that's good. And then let's get Doran's Blade. Because Doran's Blade is good on Darius. You can invade with Darius. You can run into their jungle with a Doran's Blade. And the jungler, especially if they're alone, they can't do anything. And if the problem is that if the jungler is not alone, if you have Halo Blades with Hemorrhage, when you get max stacks of Hemorrhage, Darius has like 100 attack damage, which no character has 100 attack damage level 1. No character does that, right? So, on top of that, you're gonna be life stealing because you have the Doran's Blade, and then you have 100 fucking damage, which no character can do that. It's impossible.
Minions have spawned.
Some people might think, oh, well, get Conqueror because you want to steal life, or Grasp of the Undying. You won't get max stacks of Hemorrhage. It's impossible. And in reality, what we want to do is we want to try to catch Nocturne right here with our Crippling Strike, the slow. And we're going to see how much damage we can do level 1. So this is what we're doing right now. This is the level 1 damage test, right? Because an important thing that you have to be able to do with a character is you want to win immediately. Right? So, we exhaust, we ignite. See, and he's dead. He's basically dead. Right? Level 1, he died already. He has to go back. So, just like that, you already see, we won, literally. Level 1, we literally killed Nocturne in one exchange. See? We have full health. I mean, we did have to use both our summoners, right? But even if he flashes, he's still in a bad spot. And even better, he hit the... Is it called the Nightshade or whatever the fuck? He hit his attack steroid, his Trail of Shadows on us. And he hit the Trail of Shadows, right? And he had to go back, right? Because with exhaust, because in reality, again, people, I'm pretty sure if people are actually not retarded, which it's very believable because of propaganda, right, and scams and fraud, that people actually might not be good at League of Legends. Like, there might only be like 2 or 5 people that are actually good at League of Legends in America. That might be, out of the entire population of America, it's actually very possible because of the resources and the way that networks are controlled, that there might actually only be like 2 people or 5 people that are actually knowledgeable or good at League of Legends in America. That's actually the fucking truth. That's how bad and stupid people are, right? So, just right there, you guys saw level 1, we literally killed Nocturne in one combo or exchange with one skill. We didn't have to use Crippling Strike twice. We only used it one fucking time, right? And again, every character doesn't want to use the same summoner spells, but again, Flash Teleport is not it. On any character, it doesn't fucking matter. Flash Teleport's garbage, right? So now, let's check out what can we do with a different character, right? So, this is a little bit of I don't know, a preface, right? We want to see, we're setting the stage right now, right? We want to see, why would I be knowledgeable, right? Or why would I think that I know what I'm doing? I could have showed you guys how much attack damage Darius goes up to, but we had 79 with the Doran's Blade, right? We had Halo Blades with the attack speed rune, so we didn't even have full adaptive force, which we could have had a little bit more damage right there, right? But in reality, you have to have attack speed if you want to get max stacks of hemorrhage. Like, it's possible to get max stacks of hemorrhage with Darius, but that's when you have, like, level 3 or some shit, or maybe level 2, right? It's not realistic to think you're getting max stacks of hemorrhage without attack speed or Hail of Blades. It's not realistic. You're a moron, right? I know it's very possible, but in reality, so one of the reasons why I say Nocturne is a good idea, right, is because he has a spell shield, right? That's another thing, is how easy is it to counter the abilities that your character uses, right? And something, because again, the goal of this is to see if Fiddlestix is a good character, right? And in my opinion, it's pretty impossible to know when Crippling Strike is coming out from Darius. And level 1, even better, you're not getting the spell shield level 1. You're not doing shit to the minions. You're not pushing the lane, right? Which Crippling Strike doesn't push the lane, but you're going to win automatically level 1, right? So if anyone's overextended and you have Crippling Strike, or if there's nowhere to run to, especially if they're in the jungle or level 1, they're going to die. Right? It is that simple. That's why, again, Darius is such a good character, right? So level 1, level 2, level 3, how realistic is it to 100 to 0 the character? Right? So that's why, again, level 1, Darius is a god tier character, and he's god tier or Darius tier the entire game because he's good. He's a good character. He's not perfect and he's not the best, but he is one of the best, right? He's one of the best characters. Again, I have so many Battle Right videos. I'm fucking shitting on people. I have good reactions. I have a good idea of how to play the game. I was just watching that video where it was me as Lucy with Croak on my team, the frog, and then versus Rook and Raigon. And I saw my shield was up, and Croak was 2 versus 1 versus Raigon and Darius, or Raigon and Rook, right? And I was like, why didn't I shield him? Because the shield was up, and I could have shielded him automatically, right? But instead I threw a Clarity Potion, right? Which, it doesn't make sense when you see it, or when you think about it right away, but the problem is, I do not play with voice chat on in any of the games, right? That's one of the things that I think is very important in video games if you want to get good, right? And in a realistic scenario, because not everyone knows someone who has a computer, or not everyone knows someone who plays video games, right? And so some people, right, for the average Joe, right, if you want to get good at games, right, and then not everyone has microphones and all this bullshit, right? Not every kid is allowed to even talk on the computer to other people, right? So in reality, it is very realistic, or good practice in my opinion, right? Especially just to play with randoms, right? I think that's very important as well. Not closing off your network or your gaming circle to only always be playing with one person and always be playing on voice chat. I mean, it's cool and fun to have friends, right? But in reality, being able to just go and play the game how it comes out of the package, I think that is very important, right? So, I threw the Clarity Potion, which it hits both of them, right? So I got 2 for 1 Clarity Potion, which it slowed them and it controlled the area and knocks them back, right? And then, what happened immediately afterwards was Raigon jumped on my character, on Lucy, which Lucy has no movement options or abilities that moves the character, right? And Raigon's a melee character. He's the best, or one of the best, right? He's top 2 melee characters in the game. And so, when he does that, I immediately shielded or barriered Lucy, my character, myself, right? And then it begins to make sense, right? So again, I have so much proof or game sense or knowledge, right? I run so many calculations. I really surprise myself sometimes. I go like, I'm literally ultra instinct with my shit, basically, right? Like I'm the ultimate fucking chess computer when in certain games. Not in chess, because I don't really care about chess that much, but in games like this, right, I have a good idea, or ability to think about or know what I should be doing, right? Okay, so next up, we're gonna compare, right? Fiddlesticks. Do we do fiddlesticks? Do we just do fiddlesticks right away? The problem with doing fiddlesticks is that there's so many different options for builds, right? Some people might say Ghost is good on fiddlesticks. Some people might think Flash is good. In reality, Flash might get you as much damage as Ignite. And the problem with Flash is that Flash doesn't stop them from healing, right? So Ignite is actually better than Flash. Because if they pop a potion, which at the top level, if you're in a fight, right, or if you want to win right fucking now, right, because that is the goal, right? You want to win as soon as possible. I want to win right this moment, right? As soon as possible, you want to win, right? So Ignite is a better move to win right fucking now, right? Because they're gonna have to heal. Some characters have built-in healing. If you're in an exchange or in a fight, right? In reality, Ignite is better, right? Flash a lot of the times is more of a tool to run away, right? And unfortunate that we're talking about that because now we have to. The fucking timer ran out. We can't even look at the character select screen or build our room page. We have to do it ahead of time. Like, what a fucking piece of shit. Good job. Good fucking job, huh? Riot Games. I can't even sit. It's in the training tool, too. This is the training tool, right? It's not like I'm on fucking ranked or fucking pub match. This is literally fucking the training tool. So there's so many different rune pages that are optimal. You don't want Hail of Blades on Fiddlesticks, because Fiddlesticks doesn't have Hemorrhage. Fiddlesticks' passive is the Scarecrow, the effigy, right? He doesn't get fucking extra attack damage off of 5 stacks. And he doesn't have Hemorrhage, he doesn't have a bleed, right? So, in reality, we're not using Hail of Blades on Fiddlesticks, right? So, in my opinion, right, what is good then on Fiddlesticks? Arcane Comet is always good. It's one of the best. It controls space, right? It launches a missile or a circle, right, on the screen, and it controls area, so it affects the behavior of the enemy team, and it forces them to behave differently, or they will be punished, right? It is that fucking simple. If they're standing anywhere inside of the minions, they're going to give you free damage, and if they're standing anywhere next to their fucking teammates, they will take double, triple, quadruple, quintuple damage because they are next to their teammates. So Arcane Comet's actually one of the best ones, and it immediately activates. It immediately activates off of one spell. You don't have to land 3 attacks. You don't have to land 6 or 12 attacks. It immediately activates, right? So actually, Arcane Comet's one of the best, and Arcane Comet is good because you can pair it with Nullifying Orb, with Mana Flow Band. The second row is good, but in reality, Celerity's the best, or Absolute Focus, which Absolute Focus, you're a clown if you think you're gonna really use Absolute Focus. And then Scorch, right? Scorch is good. Or Water Walking, Gathering Storm. Oh my god, again. Holy fucking shit. We gotta... Oh man. Alright, let's go to the training tool. So, can Fiddlesticks even compare to Darius in the level 1 test, right? Because the thing is, after level 1, still Darius is still a good character, right? It's not just, oh, he can win level 1 sometimes. No, it's, you can immediately win the game, instantly level 1, right? And get a knockout, right? So if you find a jungler in the jungle, level 1, especially if they're alone, they will die. Because they can't run to a tower, right? And they will already be taking damage from the jungle monster. And if they're a god tier character, a god tier jungler, like Udyr, who always has full health at the beginning of his jungle because of Iron Mantle, or a character like Volibear, who has the shield, then you can still win in that situation, right? Because the shield on Volibear is such a long cooldown, right? and it runs out after the jungle monster hits it, right? Udyr has a better shield, right? But still, either way, right? You're gonna have a favorable exchange. You will win in that situation, right? And they will have to leave the jungle. They will be behind, right? And you might get the red buff if you time it correctly, or you will probably, if it's not those characters, you will probably get a takedown, right? You'll get a kill, right? Or a point. You will score on the enemy team. Which, that's already a big win for your team, because you know that the jungler doesn't have their buff. You know which side of the map they were on. And then if you can steal it, because again, the thing is, Darius jungle is actually also very good, right? As he can play more than one role or lane. So that's another reason why Darius is such a good character, one of the best characters. Anyways, let's get fiddlestix, because that was the goal, or that is the goal of this video, right? And another thing is, Grasp of the Undying is actually a reasonable pick, because fiddlestix has built-in healing. That's his whole deal, or one of the reasons, or one of the only reasons that he's an okay character, in my opinion. He has Revitalize. Which, spoiler alert, I just said, fiddlestix is an okay character. What does that mean? Is he good, or is he bad? He's okay. You can pick him, right? So, Arcane Comet, I would probably, man, do I get Arcane Comet, or Grasp of the Undying? Grasp of the Undying is really good too, because when you're channeling your heal, I think Grasp of the Undying is actually correct. And then Font of Life or Demolish. Either one is good, honestly. Either one of these is good. Actually, Font of Life always goes off. And then Second Wind is nice. Revitalize. I don't like Bone Plating, because in reality it's so easy to trigger Bone Plating. And then we get Cheap Shot. And then we could get Ultimate Hunter. Wow, we save our room page just in time. Holy shit. Oh, I could go into the practice tool to select my wards. Oh, dang, I thought I had to go into draft mode. Okay, that's very cool. And then we have Ignite and Exhaust. Some people might say Ghost is good because of the ultimate, but in reality, if you have to wait until level 6 again, right? If you have to wait to win, or for a move to be effective, it's not good. You're not winning right now. Right? If you're not winning right now, or if you're not in an advantage, or in an advantageous position, right? In a better position than the other team or your opponent, then that's not good. So Ghost in reality is not good. Exhaust does the same thing, but it only affects one character. And even better, it reduces the damage that the other team does. Right? So let's get the game on. And Thorn's Ring is good. It's decent, right? So the interesting thing about the Thorns items, right, especially on a character like Fiddlestix, is that Fiddlestix, he wants a Rylai's, right? Unfortunately, Rylai's is one of the best items in the game for AP characters. Most AP characters can effectively use a Rylai's, right? If they're not using a Nashor's Tooth, if they don't need a mana item, which you actually don't need a mana item on most characters, right? But the cool thing about Thorn's Ring is it gives you extra health. The problem with having extra health, right, the cool thing, right, is that it gives you basically instantly an extra potion that you don't have to activate, or more health, right? It gives you 90 health, which is a lot. That's 2 or 3 auto attacks from, or maybe 4, right? Depending on what characters you're playing against and how much armor you have. Okay, so now we want to think about what skill do we get level 1. In my opinion, Reap is correct. So this move, which unfortunately, that move's kinda slow. It's not that slow, but it's kinda slow. Right? And before you tell me I'm crazy or some shit, no, some people are really fast, actually. That's just the truth. And did I forget to add a bot to the other team? No, it's Nocturne. He's supposed to be top lane, I think. Yeah, but they don't want Nocturne to come top lane, because Fiddlestix can't do shit level 1. Okay, let's check their jungle. This is also reasonable, right? Is yeah, Nocturne's not even showing up. They're mad. I'm pretty sure actually what happened is that they know that they lost because I'm better than them and I have no opponent. There is no one to actually face me. And so here's one of the best things about Fiddlestix is Bountiful Harvest. He has healing, which with Grasp of the Undying, it keeps activating or triggering Grasp of the Undying, so it counts you as being in the battle state, right? Or in it says that you're fighting or battling, right? So see, look. So what are we gonna do? We missed right there, which is fine in my opinion. It's very realistic. So Ignite is or Exhaust is good on Fiddlestix as well. Because, yeah, see that though? Bountiful Harvest, really not that good. You might say, oh, well, I used it incorrectly right there. No, he could just run away, right? Again, that's the problem. This Bountiful Harvest, right? It doesn't do everything right now, right? Again, that's one of the key points or elements of a good character is, does it do what it wants to do immediately, right? Does it do everything right now, right? And Bountiful Harvest does not immediately do maximum damage, right? So you have to be in such a weird or crazy position for the Bountiful Harvest or the W, the heal, to do everything or to be at full max effectiveness, right? Yeah, see, and Nocturne had to run away right there. Okay, so let's do that again. And hopefully this time he actually fucking shows up top lane. Because I'm pretty sure I put him top lane, but America's a little bitch. So let's try this again. Let me see. Add a bot. Yeah! See, I have it set to top lane. But they put Nocturne in the jungle because America's a broke little piece of shit. And they're fraudsters. And they... Oh, really? Oh, are you sure? No, it said jungle, but then it put it back to top lane. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Actually, shut your mouth. Alright, let's find Fiddlestix again. Grasp of the Undying is a little bit more difficult to use than Arcane Comet, but it's not hard. Right? It's not difficult in reality, right? The truth is, right, is that Grasp of the Undying does damage and it heals. It's better on melee characters, right? But in reality, I think it does more damage, or it has the potential to do more damage. Unfortunately, it does not force the enemy to behave differently and doesn't do AoE damage, right? So it doesn't have the potential to help push the lane and give you minion advantage, which that's also a very important thing about a good character, right? Is, does the character have the ability to gain lane control, right? To gain control of the map, right? And Arcane Comet does a good job of giving you control of the map. Or of the screen, right? Alright, so let's try this again. Level 1 test, right? Terrify, some people might think that Terrify is the correct move, level 1, but in reality, Reap costs less mana, right? And Terrify, again, is not max damage, basically, right? You have to use it twice, right? Which it 130 mana for maximum effectiveness. We have a fucking Doran's Ring with 500 mana, 130 mana. That's already 1/5 or more than 1/5 of our entire. That's more than 20% of our entire mana pool, right? Just with 2 spells, right? So that's incorrect. So good way to hit all the minions or to push the lane. Oh my god. Yeah, see, at least there he didn't push the lane, right? So we're winning the minion battle, at least here. Make a miss. See, look at that. Oh, but you didn't ignite. I had to use 3 fucking spells already, right? I used 3 spells. I got an extended fight. I got 3 or 2 Grasp of the Undying off. Fiddlestix, level 1, he does not pass. He does not pass the level 1 all-in engage, right, or test. He does not. Sure, we won, but I outplayed Nocturne. You can see how many more minions I have because I behaved in such a way where he was not able to land his, is it Dustbringer or Nightshade, whatever the fuck it is, on all the minions. I stood to the side here, so he had to throw the shade in the bushes. He had to choose between hitting the bushes or the minions. So I wasn't standing over here, right? So he couldn't hit the minions, right? I was standing up here where there were no minions. And so he had to choose between hitting the minions or throwing it up here, right? That is very important, is being able to control the lane. So immediately right there, you can see he doesn't pass the level 1 test for the all-in, right, engage. So in reality, I mean, Fiddlestix can heal, right? He's decent with Arcane Comet. His ultimate is crazy. That is one of the best things about Fiddlestix. He literally controls the entire screen when his ultimate is on, and it does like 800 or more damage to one character with the entire ultimate, basically, right? Which, that's a fuckload of damage, right? For some characters, that's like a third or half of their health, right? So, if, in reality, right, again, if you're listening, Fiddlestix Ultimate hits the entire screen, right? Basically. So, let's go look at that. We're not gonna do that in the training tool or in the game, but let's see, where's the characters at? Collection? Champions. Fiddlestix. What the fuck is this? Show unowned. Here we go. And then abilities. So look at this. Crowstorm, right? So that's basically the whole screen, right? Or half of the screen, right? So anything in that circle, right? Let's look at it again. Anything in the circle around Fiddlestix takes damage every 0.25 seconds, right? And so if you can get 2 characters with it, 1600 damage. Almost, basically, right? If you could get 5 characters, right? Because in reality, one of the things you have to do in this game is control the entire map. So you're not always just sitting in your lane. You have to be able to move across the map and do things to help your team. That's why I was talking about Doran's rings and the situation with Doran's rings being, or Doran's items being good, right? Doran's shield, Doran's blade, Doran's ring, right? Are those items good? On certain characters, it is a good idea, right? And if you want to win early, it is one of the better ways to win early. The problem is that if you do not win early, or whatever happens, you will be late to your end game items, right? At the end of the game, when you win or you lose, you don't want to have a Doran's item, right? You want to have a full inventory of 6 items, right? Or you don't want to have a Doran's item. You would rather have a fully built item, which purchasing a Doran's blade or a Doran's ring, it doesn't allow you, or it doesn't help you, right? Build a different item with it. It does help in a sense, right? Because you are a little bit stronger, right? But in reality, it's not a component, right, of a full item. So that is the problem with the Doran's item, right? And you can still win an exchange in the jungle without a Doran's item, right? But I mean, a character like Tristana, when you rocket jump into everything level 1, especially if you want to try to pull off a chain of like 2 or like a double or a triple kill, right? With Tristana, then a Doran's blade is a really good idea, right? Because it gives you extra health just in case if the enemy team targets you down, right? Because they know you're going to go crazy and reset your rocket jump and get 3 casts or abilities off, right? Instead of just like 1 or 2, right? Because Tristana can immediately snowball and just instantly take out more than 1 character and use the rocket jump, which usually has like a 20-second cooldown. She can use it immediately if she takes someone down, right? So, in reality, Doran's items have their place, but it doesn't help you get a Rylise, right? Which Rylise is one of the best items in the game for characters that can use it. So fiddlestix, right? You usually want to try to build or start building a Rylise, which fortunately that synergizes with Demolish, which is in the green page, which has Grasp of the Undying, right? So building a Rylise is one of your main priorities as fiddlestix, right? So you can slow everything with your ultimate. They can't run away, right? So they have to. And even better with your heal, right? When you start healing, when you launch the chain at them for the healing, it helps you get your full channel off, or it does a better job of getting you more ticks of the heal off and doing more damage, right? Because they are running away more slowly, so then they will be in range for longer, right? And then on top of it, again, it gives you extra health, so you have more health, right? The Rylise is one of the best items, and it's a really good item for fiddlestix, right? So yeah, that's the problem with that, right? And so now, since we saw Darius, right, we want to see and fiddlestix, right? We want to see, well, we want to see characters like Sylas, right, and Seraphine, right? Because you guys might think I'm retarded or crazy still, or dumb. So in reality, let's check this out. What makes a character good and what makes a character bad, right? Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out right now. The game suggested Varus, which Varus is an okay character. In reality, we don't even have to have someone in the lane against us to see what makes a character good, right? Because I've done this before. I was looking for the video, which, funny enough, I don't know where the fuck it was. So, let's see, Sylas, right? This is so fucking annoying. Sylas is a piece of shit. But some people want to pretend they're doing shit with Sylas. Arcane Comet is decent. Electrocute is decent. Conqueror's okay, right? But again, in my opinion, probably Arcane Comet you want to get. Hail of Blades kind of makes sense with Sylas, because Sylas has an extra healing and attack speed and damage on his autos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Arcane Comet with full adaptive force and this bullshit. Right, we got Arcane Comet, Manifold Band, Celerity, Scorch, and then we got Legend of Alacrity and Cut Down for extra damage. So there we go. There's Sylas. Yeah, so I was actually... Here, let's check this out. I was looking for the video, right? And look at this bullshit. Where is this at? I made a video already with Sylas where I reviewed why Sylas would be a character you want to play. Look at this. I'm in the fucking archive of my bullshit, right? I'm all the way looking at videos from fucking July. I was all the way in fucking July looking for videos. There's so many fucking videos that I have, right? I'm always playing fucking video games, right? I'm always making fucking videos, so I have to think about the things that I'm saying or doing, right? And we could get a Thorn's Ring, because so many people think Thorn's Rings are so cool. And the cool thing about Thorn's Ring on a character like Sylas is a melee character, right? And melee characters usually have better health, right, than other characters, which he's more like a spellcaster, right? But he's a melee character, right? He has to be in melee range to auto-attack. So, anyways, let's get back on the League of Legends. I had to buy the items and start moving before I switched the screen over right there. So, at least you could hear what I'm saying or doing, right? And I've been playing this game since Season 2. Season 2, right? I've been playing this game. So, it's been like, I don't know, 12 years or some shit. I know about this game. I've been playing this game. I spent so much money to unlock every fucking character when the game came out, to learn what every character does, right? So, okay, here we go. You want to be able to push the lane or do some kind of damage, right? And doing damage from afar is nice, right? The problem is, Chain Lash is fucking slow, right? So, again, how easy it is to counter the spell, right? With something like a Nocturne Spell Shield or a Flash, right? Or Barrier, right? So, he jumps in the air. You see that? And then he drops the hammer, right? He's fucking just floating in the air for like forever with the chains behind him, or charging up his fucking super mega punch, right? For fucking forever, right? So, Chain Lash, not that good. Kingslayer lets you lunge, and here, let's just level up now, since we're in the practice tool. And then we can spawn a target dummy for the other team. Where's the target dummy? Tower Fire. Tower's invincible. I think I have to go to a different tab. Here we go. Enemy dummy. Right here. Alright. Put an enemy dummy there. Has infinity health. Let's level up our skills. Yeah, and the enemy doesn't always have a good ability to steal with the ultimate as well. That's another problem with Sylas, right? Alright. And so now, let's fast forward 30 seconds. So there's more minions, right? And then let's move. Can we move the target dummy? How do I move the target dummy? Clear target dummy, and let's put it like right here. So how easy is it? See, we missed, right? So abscond and abduct. It's fucking impossible to land this move if they're standing in the minions, right? So you can do that, right? Which unfortunately they could just move out of the way, first of all, right? So you can hit them from range, but this move is slow as fuck, right? This move lets you jump on them, which is nice, right? But in reality, if they have more minions than you, that's not a good idea, right? You don't want to just jump on them if they have more minions, because the minions will start hitting you. Look, right here. I'm gonna let these minions die, right? Our minions are going to die because they have a bigger minion wave. And look, see, I just took some damage right there. So look what happens, right? This is why minion advantage is so important, right? Look, if they have more minions and we start fighting, the minions will start hitting me, right? And each one of the small minions does 27 damage. You see this? And there's like fucking 12 of them right there. So 27, how many? 4 plus 2 plus 3. That's like 9 minions right there, right? So 9 times 30, right? That's 300 damage, or 270 damage, right? Minus, however, I have 30% damage reduction, right? So 270 minus a third, right? It does 200 damage per wave of attacks from the minions, right? So in reality, this move, right, even if I'm able to jump on them and get in range, we're like, oh, I'm doing damage to you now, right? It doesn't fucking matter, because you guys saw right there, I'm still taking damage from the minions, even though I ran into them, right? And yeah, Sylas has healing, and you can use a green page and all this bullshit, right? There's so much talk and theory crafting about what's actually the correct rune pages, right? And that's really fun to talk about or think about. But in reality, right, Sylas is not good, right? Because the minions can get in the way of this move, right? So that's one thing you have to consider when you want to think about if you're playing a good character or not, right? Which some people wants to say, oh, you're just being rude or mean to that fiddlestix character or player or person talking about fiddlestix on Twixer, right? But in reality, if you want to win, right, or if you want to have fun, right, sometimes the coolest way to have fun or to win or play a game is to have the best tools, right? And having good tools is very important, right? And so, if you're going to play a character like Sylas, or if you think Sylas is good, right, and then you buy a fucking computer, So you spend $1,000 fucking dollars, or $500 or $300 on a fucking computer, and then you get internet for your fucking computer to play video games and all this bullshit, right? And you're like, oh shit, Sylas looks cool. I seen on the internet the fucking white Nazis, or the Criminazi Terrorista government, right? They're trying to scam the shit out of you and sell you a fucking garbage Sylas, right? And trying to tell you that Sylas is a cool character. Look at him. He can dash. He has big ass chains. He got that swag drip, right? So you should play League of Legends. Sylas looks so fucking cool, right? He flies at them. He stuns the shit out of the enemy, right? He be jumping all over the place. He looks so fucking cool, right? That sounds awesome. That's not the truth. You don't want to play Sylas. You don't want to play Sylas because you will have a bad time, right? Especially if you want to win, right? If you're just having fun playing the game, okay, have fun playing the game. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to want to play different characters and to do different things, right? Or to just look different, right? The chains is cool. He kind of looks cool, right? In my opinion, he's a cool guy. He's a chill dude, right? Sylas is a chill dude, but unfortunately, he has to worry about where the minions are. Chainlash is slow as fuck, right? Abscond or abduct is kinda slow, right? You can flash out of the way. You can flash out of the way out of a couple moves, right? So that's a really good test too, right? Is the move flashable or, again, spell shieldable, right? So, already two moves that are kind of slow, right? And one move that he has to worry about where the minions are so he could miss, right? Or just not connect or land on the target, right? So, Sylas, really not that good of a character, right? And so, and level 1, you're not winning level 1 with Sylas, right? Not like Darius. He's not Darius tier. He's not a good character, right? And so, how do you want to win, right? If you can't do any of these things over here with Sylas, right? Because it's so difficult to do that bullshit, right? At least what you can do, right? I'll tell you guys how you can win, right? Or how to maximize your chances of having a good time playing Sylas, right? Just like Lux and all the characters with lines of attacks, right? So lines. So if someone's running through here, right, and they're going up here, it is basically impossible to miss that, right? You see that? It covers basically the entire area, right? Look at this, right? You see the circle? It's basically the entire space right here. It is almost impossible to miss this, which this has a slow, which is nice, but it's not that good, right? And then this move, basically, you're almost guaranteed to land this, right? Abscond and abduct. So let me give myself infinity cooldowns. Can I do that? Can I have infinity cooldowns? Can I do that? Can I have infinity cooldowns? Auto refresh cooldowns. Here we go. Yeah, see, look. So this, it basically covers the entire area around here, right? See, you see this? It covers basically the entire pathway, the corridor, the choke, whatever you want to call it, right? If you're over here, same thing, right? So, making people chase you into the jungle, or chasing people through their own jungle, right? Forcing them to engage in this area, right? Is one of the best situations for a character like Lux, a character like Morgana, a character like Sylas, right? Which, one of the cool things about Sylas, at least, oh, look at that! You can jump over walls, right? That is actually very important, is mobility, right? So he's actually an okay jungle character. Which, unfortunately, he's not, again, he's not Jarvan, right? Because Jarvan, unlike Sylas, Jarvan doesn't have to worry about things getting in the way, right? Because abscond and abduct, they will stop on the first target that they hit, right? So let's say, let's reset all the minions here. Let me see. Let's reset the minions. Can I do this? Where are they at? Where are they at? Can I execute the minions? I have to get rid of the target dummy, huh? Or can I just restart the game? I think I'll just restart the game, actually. Where is this? Restart the game, please. Where is this bullshit? Kill player champion, toggle towers, reset the game. Here we go. Okay. Fast forward 30 seconds. Get a Doran's item. Okay, cool. Then let's level up our character. Okay, we're level 3. That's all we need, right? We're level 3. So, a character like Jarvan, right? He doesn't have to worry about where the minions are. This is very important, right? So, Jarvan basically does the same thing as Sylas with abscond and abduct, right? Jarvan has to use 2 skills. But the problem is that Jarvan covers so much space, right? The amount of space that Jarvan controls is better, right? And so, let's just say, for example, right? Why the fuck did the game do this? They could not be more annoying. Oh my god, shut up. Shut the fuck up. So, let's say I'm coming from this side of the map. They're ruining the fucking game, dude. I need to move the minions right now. The minions need to fucking move. They could. This is not that good, right? This fucking tool for training or practice is not that good of a tool. You give Riot Games $500 for one video game, and they give you a piece of shit and fraud. That's the only thing that they do, because in reality, America is a piece of garbage, and the only thing that they knows how to do or likes to do is fuck prostitutes and scam people and kill people for fun, because they're pieces of shit. Okay, let's fast forward until our fucking minions all die. Oh my god, please. Holy fucking shit. It looks like when we fast forward, it just gives us more minions. That's so weird, right? It doesn't do it properly. It looks like it makes all of our minions die, which is weird. Tower invincibility. Can I do this? Where's tower invincibility? Here we go. Make the tower invincible. I think we could just show it here. It's fine. So, let's just... No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Let's just pretend that the tower's not there. That's not correct. We can't just pretend that the fucking tower's not there. Okay, here we go. Finally, they have more minions. They have more fucking minions. Okay, so there's the enemy, right? I'm gonna stop the minions right here, right? So that they're in front of the enemy, right? There we go. Perfect. So now, right? If I'm trying to get to the enemy and I'm over here, right? I abscond. I get stopped by the minions. The minions stop me, right? Because they're in the way, right? So Sylas has to worry about if the minions are there. And you see that? You see that? The minions do a lot of fucking damage. I lost to the minions right there. So being able to have more minions is very important, right? Being able to push the lane. That's why we started the scythe sweep on fiddlestix, right? So again, that's another problem, right? Is that Jarvan, if Jarvan did that right there, he would fly through all of the fucking minions, knock them all up, so he would interrupt their attack, right? And then he would land wherever the fuck he wants to go, right? Because Jarvan doesn't stop or wait for no one, right? He will go where the fuck he pleases, right? And he will land over here, like a good character would. Like a good character does, or should do, right? He goes until completion, right? Ain't nothing or no one stopping Jarvan or messing with Jarvan. Okay, so I think that's enough on Sylas, right? I think that's enough on Sylas. And so, yeah, same thing with Darius, right? Darius doesn't have to worry where the minions are. Apprehend, right? Grabs everything, it knocks it up, so he has a stun, right? Which is very important as well. Fiddlestix, you can just stun Fiddlestix, right? You can't stun him out of his ultimate will still keep going, even if he's stunned. But if you stun Fiddlestix when he starts using his life drain, right? So he starts healing himself, it will stop the heal, right? It'll knock him up and cancel his spell. So that's another important thing, right? Is they interruptible, or can you stop them from doing what they want to do, right? And so now we want to see... So this is so funny, right? This is actually so hilarious. A character... Seraphine is basically the new god version of Lux and Morgana, right? And Nico, right? Characters like Nico, same fucking thing. Nico is what Lux and Morgana wish they were, right? Seraphine is what Lux and Morgana wish that they could do, or are, right? It's just like Jinx. Jinx is a piece of garbage, which is so unfortunate that they show everyone, oh look, Jinx is the main fucking character of Arcane, the TV show, or the anime, right? The fucking cartoon for League of Legends that they have on Netflix. One of the main characters is Jinx, and Jinx is a piece of garbage. Jinx wishes that she was Kog'Maw, just how Lux and Morgana wish they were Seraphine, right? So, Lux and Morgana have the same fucking problem that Sylas has. They have to worry about where the fucking minions are, right? So, let's check this out. Got Lux. Which, funny enough, I used to have the Witch Lux skin. Yeah, this one, Sorceress Lux. I used to have this skin on my main account. But America's a little piece of garbage, and the only thing that they know how to do is ban people, right? And break people's things and delete their shit when they feel like it. Just for fun, right? Because in reality, America's only skill is breaking the law. Oh... League of Legends ran into a problem. League of Legends ran into a problem, huh? Is that what happened? Is that what happened? They're hacking my fucking computer and they want me to connect to some kind of remote bullshit right now because they're losers, I'm pretty sure. How fun is that, huh? So again, Lux does really well in the jungle. Right? You can go over here, land all your skill shots. You can go right here, land all your skill shots. You can trick them into going through there, through here, through here, through here. Or you can find them when they're over there. Right? Because the jungler, this is where the jungler lives. If they're bad at the game, right? Or if they have nothing else to do, right? You can find the jungler right here. Right? And look at this. This move? This covers everything! Literally, right? I know I'm exaggerating a little bit when I say it with Sylas that Abscond covers the whole area, but this literally, this shit is a slow. This slows at max level up to 50%, and level 1 it slows 25%, which that's exhaust, basically. It's basically exhaust. And so this move, that's a stun, right? Or a bind. It's not a stun, it's a bind. But might as well be a stun, right? So it stops them from moving, right? They can still attack, but this, it roots them, right? It's called light binding. So look, I'll show you guys with the minions, right? It'll stop the first two minions over here. And they can't move. See? And look, now the one in the back gets in front. So here, let's push the wave. Oh my god, I need auto refresh on my skills so we can fucking push. And auto mana and health. Okay, good. And now we're gonna see what happens, right? When I use light binding on the minions, right? So I'm gonna stop the minions. I'm gonna stop that. Stop that. You see that? They get stuck. Right? So, unfortunately, this can only hit 2 things, and then everything behind it, it doesn't hit. Right? So again, unfortunately, Lux is a piece of garbage. That's just the truth, right? Which, she's okay or she's good, right? But if you're talking about what characters are good, or if you want to win at the game, right? She's not Darius tier, right? By no means, right? It is so difficult. It is so difficult to be fully effective with a character like Lux, right? That's one of the important things about what makes a character good, or that you have to think about when you're rating a character. How easy, right, or how difficult it is to use the character to be fully effective at 100% effectiveness, right? A character like Victor, so this is really cool, right? Character like Victor, which he's on the home screen right here. Look at this. This guy's on the TV show too, I think. Which, fortunately, I didn't watch the TV show because Riot Games is a piece of trash company. League of Legends is fake as fuck. It's full of hackers. And Twitch TV doesn't do a good job of promoting good people or players or characters, right? They don't do anything correctly. Because in reality, this is just a casino, and America's a little bitch, right? And a fraudster. Or they're literally the stupidest person in the world, right? Which, I really... people are smarter than we give them credit for, but people can also be very stupid, right? And so yeah, look, Victor's pretty cool because this move right here. Unfortunately, this move doesn't push the lane, but he would be too good if it did that, right? So this move, right, look, he throws a projectile out, and then it gives him a shield, right? So level 1, this is one of the best moves in the game, level 1, right? That's also another important thing, and one of the best reasons, or one of the reasons why Lux and Morgana was or is so popular, right? In the old school days of Maple Story, yeah, Maple Story, no, of League of Legends, right? In reality, in the old days, right, Lux and Morgana was the only characters that was like that, right? They have a skill shot, which is very important, right? Just like I was saying, that you have to go into the jungle, or you can go into the jungle with those characters, like Lux and Morgana, right? And you can land a skill, right? So just like how you can do that level 1 with Lux, you can stop people from moving, from running away. Victor, level 1, what he can do is he can shield himself. So if you want to fight him, he's going to do damage to you. He's going to get a powered up auto attack. And then he gets a shield, right? So even if you start hitting him, he's not losing health until you break his shield or until it expires, right? Because it has a cooldown, it has a timer. And once the timer runs out, the shield will just disappear. So, next up, we're going to compare... We saw Lux, right? You saw Lux? Seraphine. Seraphine is what Lux wishes she was. Just how Jinx wishes she was Kog'Maw, or just how Draven wished they were Kog'Maw, Lux and Morgana wish they were Seraphine. Yeah, so that's one of the things you have to consider as well, is how good is the character at invading in a 5v5 in the jungle, right? So, fortunately, that's one of the positives to a character like Lux or Morgana, or why they were so popular or are so popular, right? Because level 1, they're actually very strong or powerful and have really good incentive to pick them because of their ability to be able to lock something down and stop them from moving or running away. So Lux can hit 2 characters, just like we saw with the light binding, and then Morgana, she can hit 1 character, but hers does a lot of damage, right? Alright, so let's level up a couple times. Let's get auto cooldowns and auto everything, right? Okay, so we got all their skills, right? So Seraphine, the beat drop. This is basically the light binding, but I'm pretty sure it has way more range, right? And it slows by 99% for 1.1 seconds, right? And if you have your stage presence, so if you have 3 stacks of stage presence, right, you have an echo, which that allows the skill to be cast a second time. And what happens when it casts it the second time, they're rooted instead. And if they're already immobilized, they will be stunned. So if your team has something that can immobilize the enemy, it will stun instead of rooting them, right? And so look at this. Cast it twice, everything's stuck. Everything gets stuck, right? So it slows them first, and then on top of the slow, it will also root them, which is very good or crazy, right? And then this move is a circle, right? It doesn't slow. So one of the advantages to Lux, right, is that she has 2 moves, right, that can immobilize or slow or root, right? But in reality, this move, level 1, again, you want to win level 1, right? Especially if you're going to go in the jungle, right? And then this. She has this, which can heal as well, or it's a move speed steroid or buff, and it shields, right? Which is really good. So that's actually another valid option, is that if you could just run at them, or if someone else can stop them, actually having a shield level 1 is really, really good. And so again, this, the entire area. Look, that reached from all the way over here. That's like 10 how many? 1, 2, 3. That's like 10 characters. That's like 10 characters away, right? It reaches that far. Yeah, they can run away, right? But this move is fast enough, right? And it reaches that fucking far. It's too far, right? That is so far. This shield, right? You don't have to aim this shield. It's a circle around Seraphine, right? Lux has to aim her shield. She has to aim the shield, and it doesn't give the full shield immediately. And it does not heal either. If you use the Echo on this, it's not that big of a heal, but it still heals regardless, right? Because again, if it healed too much, Seraphine would just be way too good. She's already too good, but she would be stupid good, right? Which she's already stupid. She's already stupid good. So this immediately gives you your entire shield. Lux has to wait for the shield to come back. She throws a baton out, right? And then it comes back. So on the way out, it gives a shield, and then on the way back in, it gives a shield. But the problem is that it goes straight in a line, right? And sometimes your teammates aren't all straight in a line, and they want to move in different directions, right? So this bitch, or Seraphine, right, this character, is actually what Lux wishes they were, or what Morgana wished they were. Because on top of that, in Morgana, she has a shield which stops all crowd control, but once the shield breaks, it doesn't do anything, right? And the problem with Morgana's shield, or one of the benefits you could also say, is that it only guards against magic damage, alright? So even worse. So again, in reality, Seraphine is Jesus compared to Lux or Morgana, right? It's like it's the ultimate version of those characters. So yeah, that's why characters like Lux and Morgana, especially in the old days, was so popular, so good, right? Unfortunately now, Seraphine exists, or fortunately, which, honestly, it's better to play a good character, and Seraphine's good. She has pink hair. She has pink hair, so you can go full weeb mode and start gooning to your fucking Seraphine and jorkin your peanuts, right? And so now we want to see, right, what am I talking about, level 1, right? So sometimes Ezreal, right, a character like Ezreal, or Dr. Mundo, right? Dr. Mundo's also very good at this. He might even be better at it, right? Ezreal, Dr. Mundo, even Kennen maybe, right? Which Kennen's projectile has such a long cooldown, unfortunately, but it's a fun strategy, right? But the problem is Kennen's a bad character. I love Kennen. He's a little ninja mouse, and he has lightning and shit. But He's actually just bad. Like, as much as I love the character's design, and how I think it's so cool, he's a little lightning mouse, right? Like Pikachu or something, and he's a ninja on top of it. Got the swag drip, right? He's not that good, right? Realistically or honestly, right? Not delusional, right? Yeah, Nidalee, right? Characters like Nidalee, right? Level 1, Arcane Comet is actually decent on Ezreal. He can't use Cheap Shot, but it doesn't fucking matter, right? It doesn't matter. And Ezreal can use a Doran's Blade. He can use a Tear of the Goddess. He can use a Longsword. But if you're gonna invade, right, you probably want a Doran's Blade or a Longsword. So if you want to go into a 5v5 against the enemy team, right, probably best to get some kind of damage instead of mana, right? Because if you're trying to fight, having a Tear of the Goddess, right, is not that good. If you're gonna go to the lane, right, having a Tear of the Goddess is pretty good, right? So you could just sit in the lane forever, or even it's fine for invading as well. Now you have more mana, especially if you don't go back after the invade, right? But the cool thing about Ezreal, right, especially with Arcane Comet or Mana Flow Band, right, is that the game will tell you, it'll launch the Arcane Comet if you hit something, right? So you can hear it as well, right? But sometimes it's difficult to hear, right? It's better to see sometimes. So Arcane Comet will instantly go off and it'll launch the comet and it'll control the space, right? And it'll do extra damage. And then Mana Flow Band, again, it'll tell you if you landed the Mana Flow Band, you can check by pushing C and you'll see if you get bonus mana or not. Yeah, see, so Ezreal, look at the range on this, right? This is crazy. You could just run into the enemy's jungle with Ezreal, level 1. Because unfortunately, one of the things that you have to do in this game is you have to have a jungler, right? In League of Legends, having a jungler is very important because it puts pressure on the entire map, right? So characters like Dr. Mundo, Ezreal, Lux, Morgana, Seraphine, right? Even sylas, right? That's one of the benefits of sylas is that level 1, sometimes you have a really good situation if you go into the jungle and you try to start something, right away. You try to take control of the game, which unfortunately is sometimes it's a risk or just a waste of time, right? I mean, it does give you a little bit of an idea, right, of where the jungler is on the map. So let's say that your entire team, you get all 5 people, right, and you go to this side of the map over here, right, and you have some kind of wards. You have 2 wards over here, and you know that they're not on this side, the other team, and they have all 5 people over here or over here, right, or maybe they have like 3 people over here. At least that gives you a good idea of where their jungler is, so you know that top lane and mid lane has to be worried, right, or has to pay more attention about where the jungler is or what to do when the jungler is going to be somewhere nearby, right? Because one of the things is you don't have to also just stress all the time, right? Sometimes you can have some fun, right? Sometimes it's actually a really big advantage if you're able to win the lane and push the minions to the tower, because you see this, right? Sometimes the tower will instantly kill the minions and it'll make it impossible for the enemy to even get the money for the last hits on the minions. Because you can get money from last hitting minions, but the problem is that the tower will kill the minions in 1 hit sometimes, and it will not let the enemy get the gold, right? It won't let them get the money. So that's why pushing the lane or having minion advantage is so important. Not only do the minions help you fight and they do damage, right? They're doing damage to the tower right now. They also do damage to the enemy. And then if you're fast enough or if you're good enough, they will instantly be executed by the tower, right? And what happens is when you're up this far, right? If you're all the way over here compared to back here, you're way further away from your tower, right? So, in reality, it's not the best idea to stay here when you're here, right? What you actually probably want to do, right, if you're able to successfully push the minions far enough up to where you're satisfied, and you know where the other team is because you invaded their jungle, right? Or you set up some kind of wards, or you figured out where their jungler is, you can actually run to their jungle, and if they're not playing a god tier jungler, you can actually just beat the shit out of them. You can actually just own the jungler in their jungle, because the jungler has the handicap of having to get a jungle item, right? The jungle items give them more experience for clearing the jungle camps, right? So they're able to be level 2 instantly off of clearing one jungle camp level 1. But the problem with that is that this doesn't give them damage, it doesn't give them health, right? And they probably only have 1 potion, whereas a regular laner can have up to 3 or 5 red potions, depending on what item they get first, right? It doesn't give them armor. This gives them nothing, right? This only lets them level up in the jungle, right? That's it. And it gives them a little bit of extra damage against the jungle monsters. But other than that, this is not for fighting the enemy, right? This is for fighting the jungle, right? So, in reality, if you push the lane enough, or if you're crazy and you don't want to be in the lane at all, you actually just go in their jungle and instantly own the shit out of their jungler, right? So that's, again, one of the big things of having a character like Ezreal, or Sylas, or Morgana, something like that, right? Seraphine, is that you have a pretty good chance at winning level 1 or getting a huge advantage. And the problem is, when you have an advantage in this game, you get more money, right? And when you get more money than the enemy, then you also get better items. And when you have better items, you have better stats, you do more damage, you have more health, whatever you want to buy or get for your character, whatever your character does, you will be at an advantage, right? So that's why a character like Sylas or Morgana or Lux could be good. And again, right, it's almost impossible to miss in an area like this, right? You can't miss over here, can't miss over here, right? Okay, there you go. Fiddlestix is bullshit. Fiddlestix has to stand still. He doesn't instantly do what he wants to do, right? He doesn't have to worry about where the minions are, but that's probably really only one of the things that Fiddlestix does, right? He's okay level 1, right, if you want to go in the jungle, but in reality there's better characters.